to, but that's okay. All right. So there's like an 8-second-ish delay before we'll end up seeing there. So anyway, hey everybody. Hopefully you guys, yeah, we are live.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully you guys can see me. So this is Eric. I'm Dylan. Ike is actually out of the shop this week on a well-earned staycation. So essentially this week we're just kind of doing a little bit of a fill-in. That's why it was kind of last minute. I wasn't really sure if we were even going to go ahead and stream or not. But yeah, we decided we would go ahead. Eric is really good with some of the weirder pedals that we have, so that's why we're going to start with some of the Beetronics stuff particularly, because I think Gordo did the Swarm when we did a video for that one when it came out, which was really good if you guys haven't watched that one, but I don't think we ever did anything with the CB, so that one will definitely be one of the weirder ones that we've ever done, I think.
CB has been one of my favorite pedals that we've gotten in.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a different I don't know, it's a departure even for Beetronics, because like they tend to do some odd stuff, but I feel like that one's a definite departure even for them.
Yeah, their fuzzes have all been super fun, and like Dylan said, I like the weird stuff, and this one definitely captured my attention when I dove into it a little bit. So.
Well, you not only like it, but I think you're good at using the weirder stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's a
weird dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, there's, you know, because some of the pedals, like the Data Corruptor, the Swarm, CV, like some of those can be a little hard for people to get, like, you know, usable things out of. I feel like you don't really struggle on that part, though.
Well, the thing I learned with playing, especially with those kind of pedals, is like you're not chasing your sound. You're letting the sound kind of stimulate your playing a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you kind of I like to sit down and see what a pedal just does, just playing. I like playing less notes as I've gotten older. So
yeah,
let the pedal do the work.
Honestly, with some things, yeah, that is. Because it is kind of nice, like even with, with the LVX, obviously, because we're always going on about that. But the LVX is one of those ones where it is amazing to just like hit a note and just see where it goes rather than like trying to sustain it forever.
Right. So.
Yeah, I don't think, like I said, we had a late start, so if you guys do have any questions, obviously let me know. We'll probably roll right into playing here in just a minute, but yeah, if you guys do have any questions, or if, I guess, let me make sure, I should make sure the audio is all okay, not all echoey. Yeah, it looks like it should be okay.
You're good?
Should be. Alright. Watch out, Siegfried. Oh, are you trapped? Are you trapped, little goober? Alright. Oh, Ziggy. He's like, I just gotta scooch my way through here. Alright. Well, cool. Yeah, then, yeah, like I said, we'll probably just roll right into it, because like I said, both of these will take some bit of dialing to kind of get going. Let me go ahead and turn the microphone on. I guess you're already all tuned up.
Comment on the Fender multi-effects pedal. So.
Oh, yeah? Well, you know, it's funny. That one, well, it's kind of like I said in our group chat, that, like, that's a pedal, or that's for a customer base that's already pretty much invested into that $1,700-1,800 range. Oh, hey, Metalhead. There's a, cool, yeah, I was going to say a few people rolling. Oh, Colin James is in there. Hey, Colin. There's Paul McNary, there's Slacker. Oh, hey, Eric. Ludinger. Got it this time. Ludinger? There we go. I fucked it up the first time, but I got it the second time. Oh, we got Doug in there. Hey, Doug. So, sorry, who had the question about the Fender? Oh, was it Colin James? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, again, it's one of those pedals that are, it's an all-in-one rig, obviously, for anybody who's not familiar, but it's already at that $1,700 price point, like all the Kempers, the Neural DSP stuff, the Helix, the Fractal stuff. A lot of those things are already in that range, And so I feel like it's just an extraordinarily big uphill battle to get those people to really give Fender a fair shake for something that Fender's not known for at all, not yet. Because like that's the main thing I feel like is just it's a weird, really large item to go after in terms of that market. I think that's my only issue with it, other than like because I mean we played it and it did sound pretty good. I can't say it was like, amazing.
You're not trading in your board and your amps together?
No, I mean, I would never, like, and that's still the main thing that I, like, no matter how far some of those all-in-one rigs have gotten, I've never heard one where I was like, that, I could be happy for, for the rest of my life without a tube amp because of that rig.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't quite gotten there, because, like, for me, it's just, there is a warmth to the old-school rigs that just, I don't know, you just don't get it in a lot of other ways. There's a few things that get really close. But like sometimes at the end of the day, I still just like an old fashioned.
Yeah, an amp. I've seen a lot of customers over the years that switched to those platforms.
Yeah.
And they were content for a few years. They all go back to their amps at some point.
Yes.
Unless you're doing a big variety.
Well,
thing.
it's this weird.
There's a good place for that.
Yeah, it's not even something. It's hard to describe because, like I said, warmth is really the best description I can even have for it. It's just like. It feels like home compared to playing on a lot of those other things. Like it feels like when you play a tube amp, it feels right. When you play those others, like sometimes they feel decent, but they never quite just nail that. Like, like you can't straight up couldn't tell it wasn't a tube rig kind of thing.
Yeah.
'Cause like, especially with those flat response speakers, like sometimes those even kind of, I feel like are a little odd too. Because most of those rigs tend to all be pushed through those. So, But yeah, that is kind of, I don't know. I think we had to actually order one, so we will eventually have one of those, and I'm sure, we'll probably try. If anything, too, I got it, like Jake said, the fact that the switches are knobs, that was kind of at least interesting, but that's not like a reason to buy it. It was just kind of cool, the fact that they did it, though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, I was gonna say we'll kind of see if they're, what they're kind of all about once we get them in. I mean, the only thing I could see down the road is if I recall, they were saying like it was something that they'll be able to, keep profiling like other companies' amps and things. So eventually they're gonna get it to where, because like a lot of that stuff. Is I think what they're launching it with is kind of, if they have a Marshall setting, it's like Marshall adjacent. But I think they're getting to the point that they'll be able to just straight up profile, if they wanted to, a Marshall and just stick it in there in terms of the software. So that part is kind of interesting. Like if they start, because I think that's more or less what a lot of I think the Quad Cortex can do a bit of that, where instead of profiling like just a pedal or just a rack unit, it literally will profile a whole rig. So that part is kind of getting interesting to me, especially like having messed with some of the Kemper stuff, like because the Kemper honestly was probably the most. If you're going like amp, rig, and a box thing, that was probably the most convincing one I've heard so far. But again, you're hearing it through a proper guitar cabinet, so you're kind of chiseling away at the things that make it different.
Right.
That's, I think, kind of the issue. Because, like, any of those, because, even the Line 6, like, with the Helix, like, every time I've heard a Helix through a normal guitar rig, sounds better than when I hear it through the flat response stuff. But
yeah, I'd agree. Even, like, at the, been to a few venues where I've seen people using those Helixes, and if you stand back far enough, it sounds pretty good, but once you get up next to the stage.
Yeah,
Stage volume, there's something.
There's kind of a shrill, high-end presence that you can't quite pinpoint, right, that usually you end up experiencing in that setup. Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of people are kind of like it looks interesting, but it's not necessary. Again, because I think that's something that if you're already in that market, that's the only market that's going to be interested in it. Because like at this point, if you haven't gone that route, I don't know that you will. At this, because I mean, like a lot of them have come far enough that it's like if you haven't gone that,
you haven't tried it.
Yeah,
yet.
if you haven't at least tried that route, like you probably aren't. Because like you are right, like every customer we've had Tim might be an exception, but again, he kind of tinkers with a little bit of all of it. But I was gonna say almost every customer we've ever had that did give up their normal tube, guitar rigs, almost always come back and end up getting something approximate or at least close to what they had before. Because it's like it sounds good, and especially when it comes to carrying it, like it's a good idea, but when it kind of comes down to it, it's not always as good.
But even then, like you just use something as simple as the Iridium.
Yeah.
On there, like I see a ton of players with those on their boards now.
Those are getting to be, those I've even noticed a lot of demo guys like are starting to just go with an Iridium, which is for most things it works pretty damn well. I mean, because like outside of fuzz pedals, that would be the only thing I would say that like I can definitely tell a bit of a difference. But otherwise, like if you play it back to somebody, I can't say the Iridium would be something where you wouldn't know somebody mic'd up a cab rig. But yeah. All right, since we were light on time, I guess we'll just roll right into some of the playing. So the first one we'll do is the CB. So for anybody who's just joining or joined us after the first intro, like I said, Ike is out this week, so Eric and I are just kind of having some fun with some Beetronics stuff, and then if we have enough time, I'll get James in here to do like some fun on the Vespa and the Overhive, or was it the Octahive? It's the Octahive. That's right, the V2 Octahive. So yeah, we got both of these guys. We'll try those in just a minute if we have enough time. All right, like I said, I guess I'll let you roll with the CB. I did get the camera on. Yeah, we should be good to go.
So yeah, the kind of starting with just the basic modulation aspect on the CB down here.
I guess we should tell people what it is. It is a chorus, but what would you describe the other half of it outside of the modulation chorus part of it? Because like, I feel like it's well, it's
got the arpeggiator
right
in it on there, because
it almost has its own beats too, rather than like strict arpeggios. You can almost get it to do like, dotted eighth beats and stuff too.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Mod Rex from EH, but a lot weirder.
Yeah, okay, that's a good,
Which is another cool pedal to do if you like stuff that you can just play a note and just let it.
Let it kind of churn away
on there too. So, this one's got a lot of little, just kind of digging through the program. It's got a lot of little hidden things on there too, which can be kind of fun to discover. And so, with the new glasses coming up here, but like you kind of get your turn this on. Fairly kind of
a light
subtle,
chorus.
On there, and when you switch over to that kind of arpeggiator,
there's where the weird part enters.
You get your tap tempo.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I'd forgotten about that.
And there is some alternate controls with tone where you like hold this guy down. You get into your secondary controls and you can start getting that. The ramp is more the tone. That's kind of your band pass that.
Well, and it's funny because like CB, that makes sense, like 'cause that totally has that kind of underwater, like probing submarine kind of vibe.
On there, and then you can even go in with the different waveforms too if you want to do your. I believe you hold this down for a bit.
Well, I was gonna say if there's stuff you need me to do while you play, let me know.
That one, I think, if you hold it or double tap, maybe that'll invert it.
Oh, yeah. It inverted, so it went high instead of low. Okay. Wow, okay. It's pretty interesting how quickly that changes the whole vibe.
Like this with a freeze would be really fun to me. Like
Oh yeah,
on there,
yeah,
I like doing that the whole day.
yeah. Yeah, I don't remember it. Sort of kind of gets the vibe a little bit, but yeah, where it just kind of keeps going. Yeah.
On there. So yeah, I really enjoy the pedals that just kind of give you those extra beats. And
Yeah, because you can literally play it like it might be hard for you guys to tell, but like you can play off of that, which is it's kind of an interesting. Like you can play off the beat that's coming out of that, which is pretty fun. So that, and it's just a cool thing too. Like I mean, in terms of like intros or outros or in between, or
Yeah.
even if you're somebody I think well no, I was gonna say we do have a couple guys that do like film scoring and stuff. Like that one would be kind of a fun
Yeah.
one to just have, like if you had any kind of sci-fi or Blade Runner kind of thing going on, like that would be a fun pedal to throw in there.
do you have that looped, or is that just still going?
I think that might still be going. I think I thought I turned the loop off. Yeah, and I think it's just still going.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. You don't have to do it; just set it up and leave.
Yeah, that looks like Jeffrey Egan just joined us. Hey, Jeff. So we are playing some Beetronics stuff tonight. Right now we're on the CB, and then we're going to switch over to the Swarm here in just a minute.
On there.
But yeah, the CB is definitely an odd one, but it's a fun one. And honestly, too, it's got to be one of the coolest looking pedals, I think, too. Like I love these like overlays that they
Oh,
did.
the big lights. And
Yeah,
I mean,
it just it looks like like you dredged up some pedal from Atlantis or something.
Right. Kevin Costner found it in Waterworld.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was where the rest of the budget for Waterworld went.
The whole CB.
Yeah. All right. Well then. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll switch over to the Swarm. Do we want to start on Species 1? I guess.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, right now everything's more or less noon. You remember what the worker part is?
Yeah. So the worker.
And it's not broken, by the way. It's just kind of oddly gated, so it just crackles sometimes. Yeah. what the worker does.
I just looked it up too. So the queen and drone are like volumes of the harmonics.
Right.
And the species is like which harmonic. Flight and sting is the modulation rate.
Yeah, and then
of
sting
it.
is kind of that filter, like the high end
Yeah,
filter.
and then the worker was.
Is that volume for the
I
filter?
think it's volume for the filter.
Oh, okay, that makes. Yeah, volume for the. So it's kind of a mix. It can almost go to all filter. Yeah.
Same note. You see the frequency of it. It's cool.
All right, species 2. We'll see what happens there. Can't remember do you remember what the side jack was? Oh, that's just volume.
Yeah.
Okay. Single note stuff, what does it end up? Does the gate kick in more if you're on single note? Yeah, there we go. A little delay in there. Actually, with delay, that's pretty damn cool. Like,
Put it on the CD.
it's total chaos. The two together are actually pretty interesting. You know, it's funny. It's sort of like playing a theremin,
Yeah.
like a really messed up, destroyed theremin. So we actually have a really good question now too. Patrick Bauman asks, how do we connect bagpipes to pedals and an amp?
Master Echo from Death by Audio.
Yeah, we could do it. So anybody who's watching that's in the Denver area, if you know a bagpiperist, a
Bring 'em in.
bagpiper, yeah. But yeah, definitely bring them in, because that is honestly, if we could actually get bagpipes like plugged into a full rig, I will definitely do it.
Yeah.
100%, I will do it. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Master Echo or the Old Blood Noise Maw.
Yeah.
They both have effects loops that let you run your regular pedals.
Yes. Yeah, and that would be because I think obviously it wouldn't, but we could just mic it up with like I wonder because we could probably just feed it into the mixer and then from the mixer into the pedals, or do it that way. Yeah, because there'd be a couple ways we could try it if we had to. But yeah, no, that's definitely a good idea. We'll definitely make that happen if we can figure out somebody that would actually play the pipes for us. Because I don't know how to bagpipe unless you do.
No, I've tried it once.
I've never even gotten to try it. Yeah, it seems like it'd be like the blowing, squishing motion.
I just played on the canter, the little.
Oh, like the reed part thing. Yeah.
Yeah, just walking around like making dying duck noises for the most part. On there, but.
All right.
Bagpipes through the LVX would be.
Actually, would be really fun. I forgot. Can you get the Swarm to just do a straight fuzz, or is it always kind of doing the? Because I remember it having the other part obviously, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think if you tone back the Queen and the drone, let's try that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So yeah, that is okay. So you can just use it as a straight fuzz too. Does that end up changing anything? No?
No, because you gotta.
Okay, it would just be for
harmonics
the.
would be-
Yeah.
So you could just add in like the upper, I think, or lower end.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, they definitely get more aggressive like the closer you go back to one. Yeah, they definitely, the filter part gets more aggressive the higher you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
In the realm of weird fuzzes, that one's a good one.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
As well.
Sweet.
Cool.
How are we doing on time? Let me check. Yeah, we got enough time.
I'll go get James.
That's weird. All right, yeah, let me, yeah, I could swap the pedals out, I guess, if you want to get
Yeah,
James real
do that.
quick.
Put down this.
Oh, do I don't think I'm
Oh,
up
by
this
the way,
thing
we
on me.
just got in this.
Oh, yeah, we
beautiful
should plug the
King.
guitar. Yeah, that is actually
This
really
thing
cool. I
is
haven't gotten to
awesome.
play it yet, but
So, I'll leave it up here for you guys to.
it's cool. I didn't realize the body was that much bigger than the,
The
than the
Chargers
normal
and stuff?
Charger. Yeah, because like it, visually on the website, it always looked like the shape, so.
When they first came back,
Mhm.
the shop I was working at, we sold these, and one of my bandmates bought a Club King, and the thing was just killer. He didn't have the P90s, I think he had the humbuckers,
Okay.
but
yeah.
I really
these are-
like that.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Cool.
Well, thanks, Eric. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
See everybody?
Yeah, so for anybody who isn't familiar, Eric's here quite often now, so if you ever need somebody to chat with about LVXs or anything else pedal related, he's definitely your guy. And then yeah, we're just gonna sub out James real quick. James is gonna do the Vespa, and then if we got time, we'll do the Octahive as well. Because they recently did a much smaller version. Like the old one was like gigantic, like Russian muff size big. So the current one is definitely a lot more, I wouldn't say it's mini, but it's small, relatively small. So, yep, there's James. Cool. So, you guys, I think how long's it been since I had you on the stream last?
Well, it was before.
Probably a lot longer than it should have been, but.
Yeah, it's back when we were doing it right there.
Well, yeah.
So
At least like 7 or 8 rearranges later. So yeah, anybody who remembers that stream, this is James. He plays in a band called Float Like a Buffalo. Kind of on the jammier side, but like funky, jammy mountain rock.
Yeah, so on the business cards, we're considered to be funk, ska, reggae, rock, and jam, I guess. But like, we still like to rock out.
Yeah. Oh, and also anybody who's curious, Eric, when he's not playing with a lot of weird pedals, Eric actually plays in a band called the Hucklebearers, and they are like an acoustic folk duo.
Yeah.
That's usually how they build themselves. Yeah, they tend to do a lot of cool, like old school Americana type stuff. But yeah, him and his buddy Nick, they've been doing that for seems like a while now.
Yeah, about almost like a year and a half, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, anybody who wants to check that stuff out, definitely recommend it. So yeah, so I guess we can kind of chat while I swap some of these pedals out real quick. Let me actually use the Mr. Echo to silence that. So I can't remember. Did you actually end up buying a Vespa?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
How I found out about it was I saw Corey Wong doing this crazy, like, sputtery rhythm thing with it, and I was like, dude, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's right.
But yeah, actually, within the last couple weeks is the first time I actually got to try it. And yeah, I was actually pretty blown away.
Yeah, for anybody not familiar with some of the Beetronics stuff, a lot of their stuff does center around fuzzes. The Vespa, though, I would say, for them, because they have a few octave fuzzes, but I feel like the Vespa is probably the most well-rounded, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's the best word for it or not, but I feel like the Vespa is maybe a little more usable than in terms of like using it more often. Because a lot of their other smaller pedals, I feel like, are more like, other than like the drive, these tend to be more like seasonings.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually haven't tried this other one.
I tried the original version. I haven't tried the second version of the Octahive yet, so this will be fresh for both of us. How is it looking in the? Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah,
Cool.
not too bad.
Cool. So let's see. You remember the switching functions too?
So I think it's a double or a hold.
To switch over to the.
Or no? Is it? There you
Oh,
go.
okay. So when it's on, it's a hold. Okay. Well, that works. And then I imagine this guy's probably same thing. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Cool.
I think. No, there's a week. I don't know. We're learning, folks.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the flip side way is learning as we go.
Yeah.
All right. So. Oh yeah. So Janice remembers. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember Janice was impressed with your playing the last time. So, Let's make sure both these are off before we get blasted. Cool. There's our clean tone. Just a little bit of delay, a little bit of spring reverb. Nothing too major. Maybe back the echo off a little. There we go. Are we in tune?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You want to start with the Vespa or the octave?
Surprise me.
Okay. I guess since you know the Vespa, maybe we'll start there.
Okay. Peeking a little bit.
Yeah, I think I That sounds good. It's just volume and tone, right? Pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, double tap keeps it. There we go. Sounded good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess we'll give the octave and then maybe try it and see if we get time. How we doing on time? Pick up phone. Never mind. I'll just turn James loose on it. Okay. Cool. So let's see. Everything's gonna be mostly at noon. Only at noon. Volume. That upper octave definitely comes screeching through.
Yeah.
There we go. And then is it just, yeah, I think no octave on that, on the white setting, I think, right? Or does it sound like there's still a bit there? That's more just fuzz there. It's actually a lot thicker than I was expecting. What happens when you push it? The two together are actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty cool. The two together. I think that's it for us on time. It is. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Anyway, obviously not as our normal showing with Ike gone, but we at least wanted to get something out. So we had some fun with some weird pedals from Beetronics. I always love their brand of weird too, because like it always walks just past the line of usable, but you always have some very usable stuff along the way. So
Yeah, well, and I also really like just their design. Like, they almost glue.
yeah, they look
on.
great. Like these
Yeah.
decals are. It's hard for you guys to see because it's it's 2D. But like if you guys could see these in person, like basically these decals are all like raised, so they're actually really really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely gotta hand it to them for the looks department too, in terms of at least designing some pedals that don't look like everybody else's, which is nice. So
Yep. They definitely don't break the bank either.
yeah. All right. Yes, I was just adjusting that mic. All right. Well, I think that is pretty much it. Hey, Guitar Man. Yeah, it was just in time, but Yeah, we are basically just wrapping it up right before Texas Toast does their stuff at 5, which, like I said, it's probably 5 now. So we are going to go ahead and call it good for today. So anybody who is tuning in, we usually do this as part of Guitar Prime Time, which is basically us from 4 to 5. Today it was 4:15. Then the Texas Toast guys from 5 to 6, and then Dylan Talks Tone from like 6 to 7, I think. I'm not sure what they're doing this week though, because of the their classes and everything. But yeah, we appreciate anybody who was watching. And you got anything else you want to add, James?
Don't drink and drive.
There you go. Sound
Yeah.
advice, as always. That and what does Ben say? Something about not slapping chickens on your way to work or something?
I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, yeah, a bunch of pissed off chickens. Yeah, nobody wants some grumpy sandwiches. All right, you guys have a good one. I've been Dylan. This has been James. That's been Ziggy. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.